my name is May Dukay. We are here today to discuss about the internal organization, resources, capabilities, core competencies, and competitive advantages of the strategic management and tourism hospitality. Today, I'd like to give you an overview of our topic, importance of understanding internal organization, value definition and importance, tangible versus intangible resources, capabilities, definition and development, core competencies, value chain analysis, outsourcing, definition and why, internal organization assessment, and strategic decision. In addition to this, I'd like to say that we've divided our presentation into 5 main parts.
So, our topic is all about the internal organization, resources, capabilities, core competencies, and competitive advantage of the strategic management in the tourism and hospitality. So, ang topic ko dyan is the internal organization. So, I'm Jelila De La Cruz from BSHM 3D. So, before we start in our discussion, I have here a quote from the CEO of General Electric. He is Jack Welch. He said that if you don't have competitive advantages, don't compete. So, what's the meaning of it? There's no easy pathway in business industry. You will lose or you will win. But always remember that giving up easily is one of the reasons why the other businesses are not succeeding. This is not that you simply give up, but you go and find a competitive advantage so you can compete effectively. Just like life. Hindi naman porket natalo ka, hindi naman porket natapa ka, hindi ka natatayo. 'Di ba? Hindi mo naman gagawin na magpapakain ka na lang sa lungkot or magpapakain ka na lang sa emosyon mo. Syempre, gagawa ka ng paraan para ma-relieve ito and para syempre, hindi sayang sa effort. So, let's start in our main topic. So, our main topic is all about the internal organization. So, what does it mean? The internal organization of the business is the way in which it's structured to carry out its various activity. A lot of attention need to be given to structure. The structure need to be determined by the organization objectives and the communication network that need to build up in both the internal and externally. So, because of the internal organization, it leads the way na mas ma-organize or ma-carry out yung mga various activities of the business. This measure need to have a lot of attention, yes, kasi kailangan ma-figure out or mas matukoy ng objectives ng organization yung mga kailangan to build up in both internal and external organization. So, for example, a customer-focused organization may need a structure which is based on the meeting of the needs of the different categories of customer. A manufacturing company may need a structure based on different production line. So, tama, kasi customer are the main reason why the business are established. If you don't have customer, there's no business at all. Katulad ng sinabi dito, dapat is naka-align sa needs nila. Kasi kapag hindi nila kailangan yun, bakit nila bibilihin, di ba? So, dito naman din po pasok na yun nga yung may tinatawag tayo dito na batch production tsaka mass production. So, ano yun? Ang batch production, ito yung group of product na ginagawa natin within a time frame. Hindi siya identical pero group siya ng product kasi group siya ng product. While the mass production naman, ito yung large quantity ng product, identical product na in once lang siya ginagawa. For example, dun sa batch production is, kunyari, sa R na to is kailangan makapag-produce ng 1,200 na blueberries, while the other R is kailangan is 100 cherries naman. Sa mass production naman is yung na large quantity. For example, is yung lightweight bicycle. At once lang siya ginagawa. By studying the internal environment, firms identify what they can do. So, yun nga, sa pag-aaral ng internal environment, magkakaroon tayo ng idea sa business natin kung ano ba yung mga dapat natin gawin when it comes in world marketing. So, now let's talk about the competitive advantage key point. So, the first one is no competitive advantage lasts forever. Yes. So, before that, let's talk about muna ano nga ba ibig sabihin kapag sinabing competitive advantage. So, ito yung gagawin lahat ng company yung makakaya nila just to attract customer. Even if they were aware na may mas better pa silang kalaban. So, for example, if may company advertisement ka and then your product has a lower price than a similar product from the competitors, competitive advantage mo yun kasi nagkaroon ka ng edge between to the other business. Kaya naman sinabi na no competitive advantage lasts forever kasi malay mo, ikaw yung nangunguna ngayon. Tapos dumating yung time na mas naging innovative yung competitors mo, ang tendency is siya naman yung magiging lamang ngayon kasi mas nakaka-attract siya ng madaming customer. Parang gulong lang yan. 'Di ba? You're not always on top. Overtime rivals use their own unique resources, capabilities, and core competencies to duplicate the focal firm ability to create value for customer. So, tulad nga na sinabi ko kanina, na dito papasok yung pagiging competitive ng kalaban mo. Yung competitive advantage niya. Na when their time comes, na mas gagamitin nila yung strategies nila sa sarili nilang business. Just for example, dati hindi sila marunong ng tamang pagmamanagerial. So, kapag natuto na sila, so yun, syempre, makakatulong yun sa business nila, right? The third one is, with globalization, sustainable competitive advantage is especially challenging. Yes, because globalization influences people and business to be more. So that the organization meet customer needs better than its competitors can. The fourth one is, firm must exploit their current advantages while simultaneously using their resources and capabilities to form new advantages that can lead to future competitive success. So, dito naman papasok yung maximization, pag-utilize ng business. Kasi, pag alam mo na nasa peak ka na ng business mo, gamitin mo ito ng tama. Huwag mo sayangin kasi it leads your way to be the successful entrepreneur. The last is, the innovation and people are critical resources for organization in their quest for competitive advantage. Yes, kasi di ba nakabase naman talaga sa tao mag-handle ng business kung paano iikot yung business niya, kung paano magiging competitive yung business niya compared to the other business, di ba? So, now let's move on to the component of internal analysis. So, why do we need to do this? So, simply because it is the only way to identify an organizational strength and weakness. So, ma-identify kasi natin dito kung may kulang pa ba sa business natin, may problema ba sa business natin, na masasabi natin na, ay, kailangan pala ma-maximize ko yung resources para hindi sayang. Ay, kailangan pala hindi ko pala gawin to sa business ko kasi lugi pala ako. Yung mga ganung bagay. Next is, it's needed for making good strategic decision. Yes, yun yung kinagandahan pag may structure ka. Kasi may layout ka or step-by-step procedures or process to have a good decision for your business. So, let's go on to the analyzing the internal organization. So, context of internal analysis. The first one is global economy. The traditional resources of advantages can be overcome by competitors, international strategies, and by the flow of resources throughout the global economy. So, ito naman yung activities that take place with our country or between different countries. For example, di ba sa China may iba't ibang kitchenwares or house tools na sikat ngayon. Tapos, kunyari sa Pinas, di ba may nakikita natin ngayon sa mga vendors, sa mga supermarket na may ganun na din, nakatulad nga sa China. So, dito po pasok yung pagkakaroon ng ability to adapt ng mga entrepreneurs, and they are the one who showcase it to the people or to their target markets. So, global mindset. The ability to study an internal environment in ways that are not dependent on the assumption of the single country, culture, or context. So, yun nga, it can brings about the benefit. Dito napasok yung influence ng iba, na-adapt ng iba, and they come up with the idea na wag basta umasa, kundi magkaroon din ng sariling ideas. Yun nga, parang sinasabi na pwede kang ma-influensyahan, pero wag mo naman basta kagayahin, diba? Kailangan magkaroon ka ng sarili mong idea. So yun, kasi pag kasi basta-basta na lang tayo manggagaya sa gawa ng iba without thinking kung ano yung consequence nun, parang ang pangit naman. Kasi diba parang hindi hardworking yun, diba? Parang hindi ka naghihirap doon, diba? Parang, oh my God, kumopya lang ako, parang ganun. Analysis outcome. Understanding how to leverage the firm bundle of heterogeneous resources and capabilities that business can manifest in one or more competitive advantage. Dito naman napasok yung kapakinabangan ng iba't ibang resources and capabilities na meron ang isang business na kung saan pwede itong ma-manifest into one or more competitive advantage. For example, kunyari, manager ka, and then may idea ka sa part ng business na to, and then may idea ka din sa kabila. So, pwede mo yun gamitin as asset mo na, okay, may learnings ako dito. So, may knowledge ako dito, pwede ko yung pagsamahin. And then, diba magiging advantage mo yun? Kasi alam mo, may alam ka. Pwede mo pagsamahin yung idea na yun para mag-come up with one idea na makakatulong para maging edge mo yun sa competitors mo. Next one is develop core competencies that leads to competitive advantage. Core competencies kung saan dito nagkakaroon ng combination and measurable knowledge and skills na maaaring gamitin para mag-lead ito as competitive advantage. For example lang, para sa brainstorming lang, di ba? Come up kayo with the ideas and then pagsamasamahin nyo yun and then yun, may core competencies kayo. So, value. Value measured by the product's performance characteristic and by its attribute for which customer are willing to pay. So, dito naman napasok yung pagiging worth it ng product mo sa customer. Kasi, di ba, hindi naman siguro nila bibilin to kung di valuable. Hindi naman siguro sila mag-access sa pera sa product na hindi naman makakatulong sa kanila, right? Next is resource and capability analysis. It is a tool for sizing up the company's competitive asset and determining whether they can provide the foundation necessary for competitive success in the marketplace. So, ito naman yung basis para mas mapalaki yung asset ng company mo, and they will serve as foundation para mas strengthen yung business mo and maging successful ito sa marketplace. So, the last one is the two-step process. The first step is identify the company resources and capabilities. The next step is closely examine the most competitively important and whether they can support a sustainable competitive advantage over rivals. So, need natin malaman sa company natin kung ano yung mga resources natin, capabilities ng company natin, if they were good enough ba para makipagsabayan. Syempre, need natin ma-examine kung ano ba talaga yung important aspect na meron sa company natin para mas mapanatili natin siya na on the ground pa din. Kumbaga, sumasabay pa rin siya. So, magiging competitive yung company natin and also by having the advantages sa mga competitors natin. Yun nga ang maganda doon. Kasi kapag alam mo talaga yung kumpanya mo, kahit anong gawin ng iba, basta alam mo yung kumpanya mo, hindi ito masisira. So, what different perspective are gained from the external compared to internal analysis of the firm? So, an internal analysis looks for the wider business environment that affects your business, while the internal analysis look at factors within your business such as your strengths and weaknesses. So, para sa akin, mas broad talaga yung external analysis kasi business environment or dun siya sa nakapaligid niya nagpo-focus, while sa internal analysis from the word itself internal, mas nagpo-focus to sa strength and weaknesses ng mismong nasa business. Katulad yan na sinabi ko. Kumbaga, si external analysis kasi, parang paapekto siya sa paligid niya. While sa internal analysis is dun lang siya nakafocus sa mainstream niya. Right? So, mas mahalaga talaga na alam natin yung internal analysis ng business. Kasi, alam mo yun, magiging way kasi natin to para malaman kung ano ba yung mga pros and cons ng business natin, strength and weaknesses, na makikita natin, ay, kapag alam ko yung business ko, parang mahirap mapataob, di ba? So, knowing strength and weaknesses ng business mo is, it leads up na magkaroon ka ng idea na mas maayos yung pagmamanage, mas maayos yung mga problems, yung mga ganon.
Hello everyone! As you can see on the screen, our topic today is resources of the strategic management and tourism hospitality. So, what do we mean when we say resources? Well, resources are simply the input that firms use to create goods and services. Now, they can be anything. That can be tangible like a factory, or intangible like brand image, human, capital, or financial resources. Resources can be divided into two main types. Resources can be tangible and intangible, although we all probably have intuitive sense of what that means. Let's more specifically define these terms and give some example and talk about why they are important. Tangible resources refer to physical things that we can see and touch like land, buildings, equipment, and capital. In supply chain context, tangible resources might include a network of distribution centers on a fleet of trucks. These types of resources can provide an advantage, but that advantage is often short-term because tangible resources can often be purchased in an open market. On the other hand, intangible resources have the physical presence we cannot see or touch. Intangible resources, these are things like skills, capabilities, know-how, or process expertise. Intangible resources take time to develop and they cannot be easily purchased on the open market. Before I moved on, I'd like to recap the main points. Tangible resources are those that can be seen, touched, or quantified. Examples: building, rolling stock, manufacturing equipment, or machinery and office furniture. An intangible resources is a non-monetary asset that cannot be seen or touched. Examples: skills and capabilities. Are you all following me so far? Let's now look at the next slide, which shows the types of resources. Financial resources, for example, the ability to generate internal funds to have options of stocks plan for the employees of the organization. Organizational resources, for example, formal planning, command and control systems. Physical resources, for example, without things like equipment and inventory and manufacturing plant, it is difficult for the business to function. Technological resources, for example, possession of patents, trademarks, copyright, and trade secrets. Next, human resources, for example, managerial talents or organizational culture. Innovation resources, for example, research and development capabilities to innovate new product, process, and services. Reputational resources, for example, perceptions of product quality, durability, and reliability among customers. Okay, I'd like to summarize what I've said so far. A firm's tangible resources generally can be placed into one or four categories: financial resources, organizational resources, physical resources, technological resources. A firm's intangible resources can generally be classified as human resources, innovation resources, reputational resources. Thank you for listening. I hope you will have gained an insight into my presentation.
Good day everyone. I discussed the capabilities of this drama in tourism and hospitality management. First po is customer centricity. Ito po yung foundation natin para maging success yung business natin, na kailangan tayo maintindihan ng customer natin or need natin i-explain sa kanila para mahikayat sila na i-support yung ating business na tinatayo. Ang next po natin is alternative learning. Dito naman po ay kailangan nating maintindihan or naintindihan natin yung gusto ng isang customer or guest natin at para i-approach natin sila ng maayos. Next po is customer experience. Dito naman po is discerning po ang ating customer at para mag-enjoy sa hotel, kaya sila nag-book para maka-experience ng maayos at ma-experience nila yung gusto nila. And motivating advocacy. Dito naman po yung mga customer na magagaling or confidence is nakaka-powerful ito at nakaka-build po ng positibo para sa atin or sa kanila. Ang next po natin is importance, and another naman po sa what is the importance of strategy. Ito naman po, magandang nag-post ito para sa atin para maging success yung business na meron tayo at yung mga importance sa strategy. Kailangan po natin mag-focus sa ganan.
We have a strategic management for tourism hospitality. First po is setting smart goals for your business and staff. Second, effectively communicating strategy, both written and verbal. Third, maintaining flexibility and adaptability for strategic outcomes. Fourth, pushing staff to achieve while maintaining a culture of wellness.
Ang next po natin is 5 steps, clarify your vision. Kailangan maayos at malinaw ito. Another one, gather and analyze information. Kailangan naman po maayos ma-i-analyze ito bago i-process lahat. Another one po is develop strategy. Execute your strategy. Evaluate and control.
What does core competency mean? For any organization, its core competency refers to the capabilities, knowledge, skills, and resources that constitute its defining strength. A company's core competency is distinct and therefore not easily replicated by other organizations, whether they're existing competitors or new entrants into its market. So yung core competency, parang ito yung distinct features sa iyong products or services or sa iyong business. So, ito yung mga bagay na hindi kayang gayahin agad-agad ng iyong competitors. For example, is dun sa Coca-Cola Company. So, yung product nila na Coke is merong distinct features kung saan yung lasa nun, hindi mo agad-agad mahanap sa iba't ibang brands ng soft drinks. So, ayun yung isa sa kanilang core competency na nagbibigay ng success ng kanilang company. An organization's core competencies are sometimes called core capabilities or distinctive competencies. So, ina-explain ito yung mga operation, strategies, or management within your business or company. Kung ano-ano ba yung mga bagay na maaari mong gawin kung saan doon ka mag-excel. Mas magagawa mo ng mas better kesa dun sa other company. So, these capabilities provide a strong foundation from which the business will deliver value to customers and stakeholders, seize new opportunities, and grow. They set the company apart from its peers and help create a sustained competitive advantage in its industry or sector. Here is a 3 key characteristics of a core competency. Prahalad and Hamel, in that HBR article, list the following 3 primary conditions a business activity must satisfy to be considered a core competency. The first one is it must provide superior value, e.g. benefits to the customers or consumer. So, yung products and services natin, kailangan may benefits na makukuha yung ating customer or consumer. Hindi naman pwedeng basta ka na lang magbebenta, magde-develop ng isang product or services na wala namang benefits na maitutulong sa customer or consumer. So, hindi yon mabibili or bibilihin ng ating customer. The second one, it should provide potential access to a wide variety of markets. So, yung company natin, yung products or services is kailangan ma-access siya ng iba't ibang klase ng target markets. So, pwede namang yung business natin is hindi siya nakatayo sa masyadong liblib na lugar kasi maaring kaunting customers lang yung pumunta doon at hindi siya ma-access agad-agad ng ating customers. So, mas maganda kung makakapag-offer tayo ng iba't ibang franchises ng ating business sa iba't ibang lugar para mas malawak yung access ng customers or consumers dun sa ating business or products or services. The third one is it should be not easy to replicate or imitate. So, ito yung sinabi ko kanina sa Coca-Cola Company. So, dapat may distinct feature yung iyong products or services para hindi siya ganun kadaling magagaya ng competitors mo. So, kasi kapag nagaya agad siya, so parang wala na, parang mababawasan yung customer na maaring pumunta or bumili ng product mo. So, kapag mas naiiba is mas tatangkilikin siya ng customers kesa dun sa isang company or sa product or services.
What are the 6 core competencies in hospitality? Factor analysis generated 6 dimensions of core competencies. First is hospitality skills. They are social skills such as empathy, negotiation, listening, creative and thinking, patient and tolerance. Dito sinasabi na kailangan marunong ka sa communication, leadership, problem solving because they are crucial to tourism and hospitality because it is the labor intensive industry that involves a high degree of customer contact. Soft skills can be viewed as the character traits or interpersonal aptitudes that affect one's ability to work and interact with others. Next is interpersonal skills. A social skills is a competence facilitating interaction and communication with others, where social rules and relationships are created, communicated, and changed in verbal and nonverbal ways. The process of learning these skills is called socialization. Lack of such skills can cause social awareness. Importance of social skills helps us to form positive relationship, have conversation, develop body language, cooperate, share, and even play together. Ano nga ba mga halimbawa ng interpersonal skills? So, ang mga halimbawa ng interpersonal skills ay, ang interpersonal skills na komunikasyon ay ang pagpapalitan ng mga kaisipan o idea, damdamin at emosyon sa pamamagitan ng dalawa o higit pang mga tao. Then next is supervisory skills. Communicate well with diverse group in a out of the organization, utilize problem-solving skills, creativity, and critical thinking. Demonstrate qualities like empathy, support, and concern. Be able to develop their new employees based on their strengths. The pinakamahalagang skills na isang supervisor ang pagiging responsable. Siya ang nagpaplano at nagsosolve ng problema. Responsable din siya sa pagte-training ng mga tao o pagko-coach ng kanyang mga employee, and many more. Next is food and beverage management skills. Food and beverage management plan, organize, direct, control, and evaluate the operations of restaurants, bar, cafeterias, and other business that operate serving food and beverage. Food and beverage managers may be employed by restaurant, bars, hotels, and resort, and many more. Next is leadership. Leadership provides guidance, inspiration, and motivation when achieving goals. They help to create a vision and rally people around a common cause. Leaders possesses the necessary skills and knowledge to make informed decisions and solve problems effectively. Leaders motivate others to achieve something new and better. Interactively, leaders do not they to pursue innovation, not to obligation. They measure success by looking at the team's achievement and learning. The next is communication skills. Communication skills are the abilities you use when giving and receiving different kinds of information. Some example includes communicating new ideas, feelings, or even an update on your project. Communication skills involve listening, speaking, observing, and emphasizing, convey respect through email by taking the time to edit your message. Pag nakikipag-usap ka, dapat sincere ka sa kinakausap mo sa pamamaraan ng pagka-eye to eye contact o pagtango. May sinasabi siya, then avoid using phones or any distraction and stay focused on the conversation bilang paggalang sa kausap mo. What are the competencies for hospitality management and strategy for tourism management? The top 5 skills are interpersonal communication skills, innovation skills, organizing and coordinating skills, marketing promotion skills, and planning skills. First is interpersonal communication skills. Interpersonal communication involves the information, ideas, and feelings being exchanged verbally or non-verbally between two or more people. Ang ilang mga example ay gaya ng phone calls, meetings, presentation, and texting or emails. Next is innovation skills, creative, critically thinking, and complex problem solving. All three of these skills are essential to developing and bringing to life a new innovation that solves a real problem that provides meaningfully value. May papasok ang innovation skills gaya ng sinabi ni Ms. Dayon na sa Coca-Cola dapat merong kakaiba dun sa product na wala dun sa iba. Parang hindi ka nang gaya. Then next is organizing and coordinating skills. Example of physical organization skills are keeping track of item as their use, returning item to their place after use, and creating and developing sustainable strategies and physical solution for facilitating workflow, cleanliness, and effectively in a workplace. The next is market promotion skills, punctuality, initiative, friendly manner, and the ability to show development are the key factors I look for when I promote and employ. Sa mga pagpapromote ng isang product, dapat una mo munang titingnan sino ba yung target market or sino yung target audience para alam natin kung paano natin ito hihikayatin at tatangkalikin ang ating product. Next is planning skills. Planning skills are practically everyday abilities that make it easier to handle workloads, accomplishment tasks, and collaborate with others. There are various examples of planning abilities, including critical thinking, attention to detail, and communication. Ang pag-aayos naman at pagpaplano ay makakatulong sa atin na makagawa ng tumpak ang ating trabaho at umiwas sa mga magagastos na pagkakamali.
Competitive advantages of strategic management in the tourism and hospitality.
Simply put, a hotel for any company really has a competitive advantage when it is able to generate excess return over an extended period of time. Excess returns means returns that are excess of the cost of capital required to build and operate the hotel.
Competitive advantage in strategic management is the ability to outperform competitors by being unique or popular in products and services. In other words, facility companies can only compete for pricing. It quickly becomes profitable, especially if the competition is low cost. A competitive advantage is an ability or position that enables you to compare competitors. It is considered the basis for profit in a competitive market. Whatever you do better than your competition usually add to your competitive advantages. Strategic management practices help us take aim and shoot for our goals and projections. Some of the benefits of strategic management are increased profit, clarity of direction, more accurate projection, informed decision making, increased competitor awareness, increased productivity, and improved resilience. Competitive strategy means to define how the firm intends to create and maintain a competitive advantages with respect to competitors. Holding a competitive advantages over competitors means to be more profitable than competitors over the long term. A firm's competitive strategy within a given business area is examined looking at two factors: the creation of the competitive advantages and the protection of the competitive advantages.